Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for coming back to check me out. I know it's been a while. This YouTube thing is something else, especially when you're working third shift. But anyway, if you're new here, thank you so much for coming to check me out. If you're returning, thank you for coming back again as well. So, on today's video, I'll be talking about the big one, the tax refunds. And I just want to tell everybody to please be careful when you are out spending money on a new car. Of course, I have a story and I just want to put it out there so everyone will know. Be on the lookout, be smart, and don't do what I did. This happened not exactly sure how long ago, but it wasn't too long ago. But the story is, I had a friend. Well, I thought he was my friend, but evidently he wasn't. I found out later that he was sly and he do all kinds of crazy things and tricks and being slick and everybody want to get him, but nobody is. But anyway, my story is I brought this car from him. It was a really nice car. The miles were low on it. And I'd asked him about the car before, and he said that someone else was going to buy it. So one day I get a call from him, and he says, "Hey, you still want the car?" And of course, I had already found one that I was planning to go buy, but this was cheaper, and his car was nicer. So I decided to go ahead and purchase the car from him and make the payments to him. Faithfully, I made these payments to him every month. If I was late, he would hound me, threaten to come back and get the car and this, that, and the third. So a couple of years passed by and I finally ended up paying him back, and I started asking him about the title to my car because I told him, in good word, faith, good faith or whatever. And I knew him, so I said, "Hey, you just keep the title until I get the car paid for." So, not signing anything, not getting any receipts or anything for the car. I just trusted him. I thought he was a good friend, and it was just a mess, y'all. So I never did end up getting my title after months of asking him for it and him saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna bring it by this, that, and the third." Um, Let me back it up a little bit. When I first brought the car from him, I had to get the car registered. And so he was like, "Okay, meet me at the highway department." I said, "Okay, I'll do that." So I goes to get out the car and he was like, "No, you don't got to get out the car." He was like, "I'll take care of everything." Me thinking, okay, this is my friend. He's just going to pay for everything, take care of everything, which he did. And somebody that he knew in the highway department or whatever took all of my information and everything that he needed and registered the car. So he comes out with the um, registration card and everything. And so I'm thinking, everything good. He gives me the tag and everything. Okay. Back to the point where I'm trying to get my title from him. So I get fed up. I'm mad. He blocking my calls and stuff. I had to probably said some stuff to him that I shouldn't have because I was mad. I paid you almost $6,000 for this car and you never answer my calls. You won't bring me my title. So I go to the police department and I tell them, "Hey, I brought a car from this guy." I tell him his name or whatnot. Okay, so he looks in the system with the VIN number. He says, "Well," the police officer says, "Well, I have some bad news for you." So I'm like, "Okay." He says, "This car is stolen." So I'm like, stolen? What you mean it's stolen? He was like, well, it shows here that an insurance company filed the car as being stolen. Y'all, I could have passed out. You hear me? I could have passed out. And he was like, if you would have got caught in this car, or you would have got stopped, or whatever, they would have took the car from you and you would have went to jail. So I'm thinking in my head, I know this. He ain't just set me up like this. So I said, okay, so are you gonna arrest him or whatever? He was like, well, we don't handle that here. You have to go to the sheriff department, y'all. And he says, I'm gonna have to take the car from you. You can contact the insurance company and try to buy the car from them or see what they say. So I'm in tears by now, you know. And he says, okay, well, I could take you home, which I didn't stay very far from the police department. And he says, well, I can take you home. You know, if you need a ride home, you don't have anybody to call, I could take you home. But just know that I could have took you to jail as well if you wouldn't have came in here. And the thing is, y'all, he knew this guy. He knows the guy. He knows that he does this type of stuff. But they, for some reason, couldn't find him. They didn't want to arrest him or anything. I went to the sheriff department and did the paperwork there, and they said they went out and couldn't find them, and I got a return letter from them and everything. So y'all, the whole point of making this video is just to tell y'all to be careful. Stay on your P's and Q's. Read the fine print. I know you happy. I know you ready to spend the money. You need a car. I'm in need of another car right now, but I'm going through the proper paperwork to do it whenever I get ready to actually buy a car. I'm not gonna go to these mom and pop shops to buy a car unless I know the paperwork is right. You can burn me once, but you won't burn me twice. That's how I say it. But to sum all of this up, just be careful when you out there. Dot your I's, cross your T's, and know what you're doing. Enjoy your money, enjoy your new car, but just be careful. I am out of probably over $6,000 that I paid him to get this car. And to this day, I haven't seen a dime of it. I saw him one day at Walmart back when my son was working at Walmart, and I dropped him off there. And I said, Damien, that's him right there. I was like, I'm about to go over there. You go inside, you go to work. He was like, no, mama, I want to go. Of course, he want to see what's going to happen. But I told him, no, go to work. Don't worry about this. We'll talk about this later. So he gets out of the car and I speed over to his tow truck. You know, I'm like, hey, you know, what's up with my money? And he's like, okay, well, just hold on a minute. So he jumps in the truck, and I thought he was going to try me, y'all. I thought he was going to try to drive off. He gets out and hand me some money or whatever. So I counted, and he gave me $500. I'm like, well, where the rest of it? You know, that's showing you that he knows that he owes me. He know he owes me the money. And that was one time that he gave me $500. And I seen him maybe a few times after that. He handed me $200. And I even have the text messages where he was saying, I can give you so much money a month or whatever. And he might have done this 2 or 3 times maybe. And he was sending me like $200 to my bank account or $300, but I would have to call and ask him, hey, where my money at for this month or whatever. But it was just a whole mess, y'all, a whole mess. But to keep yourself out of situations like that, go to a legitimate dealership. Get your paperwork right. Make sure they doing everything that they should. Don't let them out talk you. Don't let them get over on you. Because this is not a good feeling, y'all. I work hard for my money just like everybody else do. I get up, go to work, do what I'm supposed to do, and come on back to the house. And for somebody to just take your money like that and knowing the whole time that they doing wrong and not doing right by you, y'all, it's the worst feeling, especially when you think this your friend or whatever. You think these people are doing well by you or whatever, but don't trust nobody. It's very hard for me to trust anybody now. Very hard. And I just wanted to put this out there so nobody else don't have to go through this. Just be careful. Be careful. There are a lot of snakes out there. There are a lot of scams and stuff going on. There are a lot of things that just ain't right. But just make sure you're dealing with a legitimate company and know the background. Y'all read y'all paperwork. Listen to these people. Make sure that these are good companies. Make sure that y'all are working with the right people. If you go and buy a car from somebody out of their yard or anything like that, just be careful. But I just want to put this out there so everyone can know that there are scammers out there. If you don't already know, some people know, they know everything. But anyway, I'm making a video because I'm a witness and I know what happened. So to this day, I feel like I probably would have still had that car because the whole point of getting the car was so I didn't have car payments. And I told him that was my whole purpose of getting a car from him because I didn't want to have to pay for a car a long time. I didn't want to be in debt like that. And he already knew this. And knowing the whole time he was doing dirt to me, y'all, this really hurt. And I've heard a lot of other people that he has done like this, but I feel like he was actually working with the police department. And I also told the police, I was like, I feel like all of y'all working together because how can you not arrest him when he's around here constantly working with y'all and towing cars and stuff for y'all, but you can't arrest him? And I'm telling you this is him. I'm giving you his name. Something just don't seem right about it to me, y'all. But making this video, I'm gonna let it sit here and hopefully it'll save somebody else the headache, the time, and their energy and everything else because y'all, this really hurt me. And to this day, I still ain't figured it out. And I'm just putting this here so I can let it go and let it be here for however long it is. But just be careful. Just wanted to share this with y'all. And in closing, I'm going to say, please subscribe to my channel. If you know somebody, tell them about my channel so they can come on over and watch too. I'm going to try to work on my consistency because I do want my channel to grow. I'm going to try to be doing different things. As y'all can see, I'm home tonight, but I do go back to work tomorrow night. And I'm gonna try and do another video then. I'm not sure what it's gonna be, but hopefully it'll be something to educate the younger people that watch me or whoever I can share my experience with. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my video and come back for more. Bye, y'all.